Very excited to talk about multimodal Gen AI. This is perhaps one of the most popular AI topics this year. So in this talk, I will talk about some of the latest advances of multimodal foundation model. I will also share the emerging opportunity of multimodal Gen AI opportunity. And finally, I will talk about the future outlook in this field. Let me begin by a quick introduction about our company. HyperGAI is a Singapore-based company. We are committed to advancing the most frontier of multimodal generation AI technology. We are a company with the vision to be the leading AI provider of multimodal Gen AI solution to empower everyone and every organization. The key to the multimodal generative AI is essentially to build a multimodal foundation model as the digital brain for machine intelligence. And this foundation model must be able to understanding multiple types of input and capable of generate also any types of intended output. If you try to compare this with the human brain, and our left brain is primarily focused on understanding tasks, and our right brain is focused on creative tasks. So essentially, the goal of multimodal foundation model is to create two types of model. One is multimodal LM that is capable for understanding tasks. And the other is a multimodal diffusion model that is capable of solving generation tasks. More specifically, if we look at the multimodal understanding, the goal of multimodal large language model is to train a large-scale foundation model that are able to process and understand multiple types of input, including in text, image, video, audio, and more. Example of the leading multimodal foundation model in LM space, including example like GPT-4v, Gemini, and more recently, GPT-4o from OpenAI that are capable of processing audio as well. In the open source space, we're also seeing a lot of tremendous progress in the past several years, that including Believe 2, Lava, and more. On the other side of multimodal generation, the goal of multimodal diffusion model is to train a foundation model that are capable of creating content generation, including the image, photos, video, audio, and more. Example of the closed source model for content generation, including the DALL-E 3 for image generation, and more recently, the Solar model from OpenAI for video generation. And in the open source space, we have been seeing the very popular model that's Stable Diffusion. Now, over the past several years, we have been seeing the emerging of multimodal foundation model in this field. And I myself have been very fortunate enough to participate in the pathway of some of the earliest pioneers in this field. So primarily, we founded the HyperGAI company. I was the founding managing director at Salesforce AI Research Center, and we have been developing many of the pioneer research work in this field. Particularly, our series of Believe open source model was even proposed before DeepMind's Flamingo model and OpenAI GPT-4 model in the field of the multimodal foundation model pioneer. And many of our open source model has been downloaded million times in Hugging Face. If we try to look at the recent progress in the multimodal foundation model, in the past 1 year, after the ChatGPT was launched, this field has been tremendously accelerated. If you try to look at the recent works, almost every month we are seeing the foundation model breakthrough announcement. And multimodal capability has been highlighted as one of the most important features in many of these foundation models announced. For example, Gemini, Cloud 3, and more recently GPT-4o, they are all highlighted multimodal as one of the most important capabilities for these fields. And in HyperGAI, we are also developing our own in-house foundation model, particularly for multimodal capability. And in the following talk, I would like to share some of our latest research progress and some of the exciting preview in this field. Now, the first part is on this multimodal LM space. We have proposed a novel framework called the HPT, or Hyper Pre-trained Transformer. It's one of the groundbreaking frameworks to train a multimodal LM in a very efficient and highly scalable ways. So in particular, we create 3 types of model. One is HPD Pro, which is proprietary large model and which is extremely powerful. And the second is HPD Air, which is an efficient model, yet still a very capable model. And the last is a HPD H model that are specific tailor with very high net weighting models size and capable of doing an embedded edge and mobile device. I'll share a bit more detail for each of this model. Before that, I'd like to share the overall framework of HPD, and this is perhaps one of the most technical slides. I won't go into a technical detail, but I want to share with you a fundamental concept. What is multimodal foundation model? If you try to look at the LN space, we are dealing mostly with just text. But multimodal foundation model is extremely challenging because there's a huge heterogeneity between different modalities. So fundamentally, the key is how can we bridge the modality gap between the different modalities. So for example, if we want to solve vision and language, so how can we close the gap so that we can train a foundation model capable of understanding multiple types of content? Right. So we propose a so-called H-former representation that is able to bridge alignment between the vision and language. So if you want to know more detail, you can go to our website to understand more. Now, HPD has been achieved very exciting performance in many benchmarks since we launched in March 16. Our very first version of HPD Pro version is capable to achieve very competitive performance. On some benchmark, we are even able to match the GPT-4V performance. It's one of the best in-class model in this field at the time when we released. And in the last month, we also released an HPD-5 Air version. This is a model that is based on the latest Meta's Llama 3 model. So the important part of the HPD is highly scalable and very easy to train and scale. So when Llama 3 was announced, we immediately trained this model within 2 weeks. And you can, if you try to look at the benchmark that we compare with some of the available open source model in the market, our model is to achieve the best performance, even compared with other models based on the same Llama model, that prove the effectiveness of our proposed frameworks. And today, I'm very excited to announce our latest new model, HPD 1.5H. And this is a model that's specifically tailored to work on edge device and mobile device. It only has 4 billion of parameters, and is able to outperform some of the latest models. For example, 2 weeks ago in Microsoft Builder, they announced the 5.3 Vision as their most recent multimodal foundation model. And our model is better than Microsoft's 5.3 multimodal in the same scale. And in some cases, our model even able to match the GPT-4V performance. So in the future, we expect that the edge model is going very popular in phone and edge device, and this is going to be a big trend that we are very bullish. Now, on the other side of multimodal generation or multiple diffusion model, we are also working very hard on both the image and video generation. For example, on the image generation, one of the very practical problems is how can you develop controllable generation for personalization content. And we have built a very highly scalable and effective personalized content generation for photo. For example, given one selfie, can we generate a personalized photo with any template and any prompt? And this is very desirable for many personalized content creation. But the traditional technique is very time-consuming. Usually, you need to take tens of photos to train a model, and then you would take an hour to build a model. In our technique, we don't have to do any pre-train fine-tuning. We can take one photo and generate a personalized result immediately in 30 seconds. And these are some more results based on our HyperBoost AI tool. And everyone can create your personalized tool online. And this tool is publicly available, and we empower everyone to create their personalized content. Now, on the other side, you heard about Solar from OpenAI. They just launched in February this year. They showed a very impressive, highly realistic video quality, generation quality that has taken the world by storm. And the fundamental idea of Solar is that it's based on a new transformer diffusion architecture. But the challenge of training Solar-like kind of video generation model is never been easy. There's a lot of fundamental and technical challenges. for both the system implementation and the computation aspect. So we have been developing our in-house video generation model in the past several months. And here I want to show some of the fundamental key challenges, ranging from not just the model design, but we need to develop a very holistic training pipeline, including the model design, which is powered by our HPT framework, a very high-quality training data, which is most essential to build the best model, and also a very scalable training framework that can run on large amount of compute resources. And I have to say that Solar is so far one of the most expensive foundation model that we trained so far. It takes a huge amount of computation resources, and you have to optimize the training pipeline in a very scalable way. And today, I'm very happy to share some of our early preview of our video generation model. It's not yet reached the Solar perfect kind of resolution, but we have some of the very good preliminary result that is very promising. And I'd like to show a little video to show some preliminary result. Yeah, this is just the very beginning of our early stage of video generation model. And currently, we still continue training this model. And we are very confident that we are on the very right track to achieve the same level of quality as a Solar video that you may have seen before. And I have to say that this field is evolving very fast. Today, we have been seeing a tremendous opportunity of multimodal generative technology. And currently, we have been working with many of enterprise customers to help them unlock the value of AI for their business. For example, in Multimodal GenAI, we can do the personalized content creation for marketing and advertisement. We can develop highly personalized shopping experience for e-commerce and retail. We can also develop creative movie production for media and entertainment industry. We also build an intelligent medical image diagnosis for medical and healthcare industry. And we can also develop workflow automation for finance service and insurance industry. And last but not least, we can also empower everyone to create teaching material and smart AI tutor for education and training purpose. So the application of multimodal GenAI is tremendous. So I want to talk about the future outlook of multimodal GenAI. Today, we are seeing the big trend that is coming in the next 10 years on both the digital space and physical space. On the digital space, multimodal GenAI is going to empower a big transformation, a paradigm shift from AI copilot to autonomous AI agent. So we can expect to see that we will work with a coworker that is not human, but AI worker in the future. On the physical space, multimodal GenAI is able to empower the humanoid robot in our physical life in the future. And among these two big trends, we can see creating the most powerful multimodal foundation model is that we build a digital brain for our machine intelligence. And we are so excited to help our customer to achieve this journey. And with that, that is conclude my talk. And if you are keen for exploring multimodal GenAI or partnership for us for any opportunity or enterprise collaboration, feel free to come to our booth and talk to me. Thank you so much.